Hey YouTube, Team Rebirth here with Corey playing his bird deck.
Bird up, boy.
He got third place in our 24-man OTS tournament the other day.
Would have been first, but it wasn't. I got Mystic Mind.
Rip.
By Swirl, nonetheless.
Playing his Invoked. But let's see what Corey's got spicy in his deck.
Alright, so start off with the standard 3 Warbler. I mean, it just starts pretty much every play. You open up with that and Fractal and just go full combo. I opt for 2 Barrel Canary, just because the third one kind of bricked a little bit in testing, and it's still just really good as a follow-up or as a finisher for the turn. Plenty of times did this at the end of the combo, put out Ensemble on top of everything else. 2 Cobalt Sparrow, again, something that in testing just kind of bricked as a 3 of. It can't special itself by any means, so better off as a 2 of, bring back off of that, or off main play off of Warbler. 1 Wagtail, probably going to up this to 2 once we get their searchable Dark Ruler, basically. But right now, usually you want to try and open up with the Bird Call rather than have to search it later, but still pretty good to get to nonetheless. 1 Sapphire, just something that never really came up as needing more than really 1 of. Played with 2 originally and it wasn't terrible, but opted for 1 of to be a little bit better, save room for more hand traps. Tri-Brigade package, 3 Fractal. Obviously that just starts off everything. You open up with that and Warbler and just full combo. Everybody should know what that does by now. 3 Nerval. Obviously level 1, Winged Beast, tons of synergy. Searches to start off all the other Tri-Brigade plays. If they stop some of your Exceed plays in the beginning, they want to do something to negate and destroy whatever you overlay into. I mean, you still get the free search and can keep going. 1 Kit, 1 Karis. Just still typical Tri-Brigade package. I did run the Oath build at first, but Oath just wasn't the way our local meta is. The Oath wasn't really that viable. 1 Barrier Statue, 1 Apex, 1 Dark Simorgh. At our locals, we have a lot of back row decks, so being able to go first and just spit out Dark Simorgh, just completely shutting them off from setting cards, was just too good. Got a couple of games off of that. Hand traps, 2 Veiler, 2 Ash. It's just pretty standard. Veiler shuts down a lot of the meta right now. Ash still just does everything. 1 of Nibiru and DD Crow. This is searchable, so if I need to go into that, it's not terrible. Nibiru, just, of course, anything combo heavy. Spells and traps, 3 Imperms. Still following up right after the hand traps, because obviously that's what it is. Definitely came in clutch. 2 of Feather Storms. This card was absolutely amazing at the tournament. Getting flipped off screen there. Just completely shutting down any effects. It's just too good. 3 of Bird Call. I mean, should be quite obvious. Standard, search for something. Don't use the second effect a lot, but it did come up quite a few times. Force the negate early on. Just kind of go off. 3 Prosperity. Thanks, B. Shout out to Steven for letting me borrow these for the tournament. Most of the time, I would only banish 3, just because if I still had the ability to go full combo, banishing 6 was just a little too inconvenient for that. So, but definitely came in clutch a few times. And then for some 1-ofs, Called By, 1 for 1, Feather Duster. Quite a few times I opened up with this, and it was just too strong against back row. 1 for 1, I actually didn't get to see a whole lot, but whenever I did, it just completely went from there.
Did you sack the 1 Nibiru on anyone?
Yeah, once. Not you? Forget who that was then.
You just...
Dino Player. Dino Player on Nibiru.
Gotcha. Alright, what about that extra deck?
Extra deck. I only run 2 Recital. Going into the third one isn't really something that you're going to want to do. especially with the one of Nightingale. There was at one point that Mystic Mind came up that I did end up going Nightingale into Zeus and just kind of shut that down from there. Because I stopped their original play too. One Ensemble. I did originally have 2, but I found that just having one with 3 or 4 materials rather than 2 was, like, just having 3 or 4 materials on one of them just was overall better. Utopic Future package, obviously pretty standard opening play, get 2 searches off 2 recitals, and then just overlaying and either force the Nibiru at that point, or you just end up with Future on board. So, you combine that with, of course, the Simorg Link, spitting out whichever. Zeus, I mean, obvious reasons. The Ancient Dragon, or Double Dragon Lords, and Doom Eagle. Not a lot of times I actually made these, but when this did come up with just establishing a full board with a free bounce as well, it was really good in the tournament. And the current meta, bouncing something back is a lot better than sending it to grave. So, and then with Doom Eagle, especially against something like PK or Sword Soul, just really good getting something out of the grave that they're going to want there. So, and being a quick effect just makes it even better. And then obviously Simorg Link, just being able to spit out Apex, Dark Simorg, or Barrier Statue just for free is just too strong, honestly. Whenever we get the new support, probably going to bump that up to 2. Then the Tri-Brigade package, 2 Ferjeet. From what I've seen, it's pretty standard as well. Being able to just link off anything that you're going to put on board 2 of into that. And then just the free special summon for Winged Beast or any of your other Tri-Brigades is just really good as well. Because that'll still kick the bird effects, because they all kick when special summoned in general. I like one Rugal, just because it's still being able to spit out something on your opponent's turn to put another body on board, and then having it come back to your hand at the end of the turn if they don't get rid of it. That set up a couple of plays the other day, being able to bounce back Barrel Canary or Cobalt Sparrow if I have something else in hand, if I have Sapphire. It's just really good overall. And then also 2 Shurags. Having that on board with Rugal as well, having that free banish on my opponent's turn is really good. And then being able to, if I use any of the Tri effects or something of mine gets DD Crowed, having that live being sent to grave to search for any of my birds or a Nerval is just really strong as well.
And your side deck?
My side was a little weird, but I kind of opted it more for our locals. I already have enough back row hate, so I only have 1 Cyclone in there. My main reason being, sure, I can banish anything. Most of the time, I'm not worried about a monster on board. I main deck Harpy's Feather Duster, which is searchable if they destroy my Feather Duster Storm trap. 2 Dark Ruler. Basically, it's anytime you're gonna go second game 2 or into game 3, then it's just an obvious side. Summon Limit shuts down most of the meta right now. Especially something like Sword Soul, a couple Altergeist players we have just spam out a few monsters. PK, just anything. If I have that out and they can't get rid of it, it's just an auto win almost. D-Barrier. We have quite a few different Sword Soul players, and everybody, of course, running Verte, Dragoon, DPE now. So just declaring Fusion or Synchro, depending on what you're playing against, you're going to stop their main play. So, double Ghost Ogre, double Lancia, and then the one of their Crow to make it 2. Second Nibiru as well, and Ghost Bell. Just pretty much siding into whatever matchup I'm going against. It's not really too much to really say there. Ghost Ogre wrecks quite a bit of the meta right now. I mean, they'll still get their effects off and everything, but anything running the field spells like AI Land or Meltdown, just get that right off the board. Lancia, obviously, anything mirror match wise with Tri-Brigade, PK. It hurts Sword Soul a little bit, but not too badly. Bell just stops quite a bit. And then obviously we already went over to Nibiru and Crow, so.
Awesome.
But yeah, like I said, most of it's fairly simple. Just kind of going with what the meta is, especially our local meta.
All right, so that was your Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc deck profile. Any changes that you think you would make in future events?
I'm definitely gonna be running a lot of the newer stuff whenever we get brothers. Just having an easy access draw card rather than relying on something like Prosperity to banish your extra deck or Extravagance. So that's definitely gonna be a 3 of probably instead of the pots. Plus it'll be searchable off Wagtail. So other than that, throwing in or no, that one's not searchable. It's the Dark Ruler that's searchable. But having any sort of winged beast on board, like Tri-Brigade can run that as well. So even if I went back to more of a build for that, that draw card would still be good. Other than that, I can't think of too many changes. Maybe, honestly, like the ratios could change up a little bit depending on when the next ban list or anything comes. But I don't see anything in this really getting hit unless they try to try some more. So.
Awesome. Well, congrats on your 3rd place finish. And thanks for watching the video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel to see more of our deck profiles. And comment if you have any questions on some of the choices that he made.
Or criticisms, that's fine too.